kahit kailan, lakas ng bayan. Tulong lakas kahit saan, ang babalita sa mga mamamayan.
Ang bawat tao'y dapat pasakop sa mga pinuno ng pamahalaan, sapagkat walang pamahalaang hindi mula sa Diyos, at ang Diyos ang nagtatag ng mga pamahalaang umiiral. Mga taga-Roma, Kabanata 13, Talata 1. Ang mabuting balita ay hatid sa inyo ng MX3.
DWIZ 882. Naririnig sa buong kapuluan sa pakikipagtulungan ng aming mga kapatid na himpilan. 89.3 DWIZ Dagupan, 94.3 DWIZ Palawan, 936 DWIZ Mimaropa. Kasama rin ang mga piling himpilan ng RPN Nationwide.
Sinusuyod ng buong pwersa ng DWIC News at Public Affairs ang buong kamay nilaan upang maihatid ang mga latest na kaganapan, mga balitang dapat ninyong malaman. Ito ang DWIC Balita. Mas todong pagbabalita. DWIC Balita.
Nakapagtala na ng aabot sa 8 aftershocks ang FIVOX matapos ang pagtama ng pangalawang lindol sa Itbayat, Batanes na may magnitude 5.9 kaninang pasado alas 7:30 ng umaga. Pinakamalakas dito ang magnitude 5.4 na aftershock na naitala kanina alas 9:24 ng umaga. Ayon sa FIVOX, tectonic ang pinagmulan nito at may lalim na 5 kilometro. Naramdaman naman ang intensity 4 sa Basco, bunsod ng nabanggit na aftershock. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon at mas marami pang mga balita, bisitahin ang aming website, dwiz882am.com at sundan ang aming Twitter account at Facebook page, dwiz882. Ako po si Krista De Dios.
Balitang kapaki-pakinabang sa mga mamamayan, inyong nalaman sa DWIZ Balita. Maging updated sa mga balita. Mas todong pagbabalita. DWIZ Balita.
Ang buhay may asawa, walang pangamba dahil protektado ng trust.
Kaya pagdating sa reproductive health, dapat ipagmalaki ang ginagawang tama.
Sama-sama tayo, let's say it loud. Di ba dapat tayo ay proud? Pangalan ng trust, always do it right.
Worried about hair loss? Not me. With Nobu Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. My hair is ready to rock and roll. Call 0917-549-0575 for more info. Nobu Hair, nature's answer to hair loss.
Ay, back to the gym.
Mukhang nakarami tayo, ma'am, ng bakasyon ah.
Ayan sa braso.
Di Mercedes! Chan! Pork belly! At ang thighs, crispy pata!
Pero, leave it to me. Some things you can bring back, but not your hair. So while it's early, use Novu Hair, made of 19 natural ingredients that synergistically work to help promote new hair growth.
Pagandahin mo rin ako. Pwede?
Ma'am, trainer ako, di magician.
This program is brought to you by Nobu Hair. Nobu Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. Mga isyong legal ay pag-uusapan. Bibigyang daan mga karapatang dapat ipaglaban. Sasagutin ang katanungan ng mga taong naghahanap ng katarungan. Dito sa programang Laban, Laban, Laban para sa karapatan. Kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan. Laban para sa karapatan. para sa karapatan. Kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan.
You never know what's around the bend to help you through. You need a friend. What we can guarantee: service, ideas, innovations, a reliable fortune for many generations. For real, for all time, fortune. More than a friend, Fortune General, worth hanging on to. Fortune, friend from beginning to end. Fortune General.
Fortune General Insurance Corporation, serving you for over 50 years.
Worried about hair loss? Use Novu Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. Call 0917-549-0575 or visit novuhair.com. Novu Hair, nature's answer to hair loss.
Mga isyong legal ay pag-uusapan. Bibigyang daan mga karapatang dapat ipaglaban. Sasagutin ang katanungan ng mga taong naghahanap ng katarungan. Dito sa programang Laban, Laban, Laban para sa karapatan. Kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan. Laban para sa karapatan.
We're good. Take a seat, please. Go, we're late. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Nandito na naman tayo on a rainy Saturday. At tama-tama kasi ang pag-uusapan natin mga bad hair days, ano? At we have with us again our famous Dr. Talent, my best friend neighbor, together with my real best friend since kindergarten. And I'd like to thank her for introducing me to this fantastic hair product and this fantastic sponsor. Nagpapasalamat nga ako sa Novo Hair. Kung wala sila, edi wala na tayong programa ngayon. Kasi wala na tayong commercial. But we'll talk more about the product. But first, let me introduce to you our guest for the first half, Dr. Cecil Katapang. Doktora.
Morning, attorney.
Doktora, ang ganda-ganda natin. Could you reintroduce yourself, why you are an expert on our
I
topic
practice
today?
aesthetics po.
Yes.
Ayan, so that's why they chose me to speak in behalf of Novo Hair. Because
Yes.
part of being beautiful is having a luxurious hair, di ba po?
Tama, yeah, because part of a holistic, no?
Mhm.
Pag miski na maganda ka, maganda yung makeup mo, miski na brand, pag pangit ang buhok mo, parang hindi mo, ayaw mo nang magising. So, ayaw mo nang
Pero attorney,
pumasok.
yung endorser na Novo Hair na si Abby Aziz, di ba bald siya talaga?
Yeah.
Ang ganda pa rin niya.
Oh, very nice.
Ang mas ganda siya ngayon daw, kasi nag-Novo Hair.
Yeah.
Ang haba na ng hair niya. Di ba dumatita ka?
Yeah. Okay, sa mga nakikinig, sorry, girls talk to, pero malalaman natin mamaya na hindi lang problema ng babae, mas problema ng mga lalaki, no? Kagaya ni
Hindi naman po.
Winner, yung ating winner. Kanya nakahat yung ating
Kasi attorney, hindi niya yata binibigay yung Novo Hair sa kanya na binibigay sa niya ng Novo Hair.
kasi oo nga. Ayan, na winner.
Binibigyan kayo ng Novo Hair
Nandito ang ating mahal na advertising company also, and please give our Mr. Winner, kundi hindi tayo maganda sa teleradyo. Of course, let me also introduce to you the best advertising company that I know.
Clap, 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 clap,
Clap,
clap,
clap, clap. And of course, I'm very biased kasi classmate ko po nito mula nung elementary, kindergarten, no? And we just celebrated 50 years of Fe,
Yes.
introduce yourself.
Hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Yes?
Ba, umaga pa lang?
11 pa lang po.
Ay, 11 pa lang. Pero
11, 12. Oo.
anyway, siguro nagugutom na kami sa mga news
Oo
na
nga.
manggagaling sa ating guest.
Wow. So you are, or the name for all your fans? Fe, si Fe. Hindi, si Fe talaga.
In fairness.
Yung mga nasa major networks, kilalang kilala si Fe Silica. Dati Fe Silica Serkinya yan. Ngayon, nag-asawa ng gwapo.
Ay,
Mas
nako.
gwapo.
Attorney,
Dati
alam
gwapo si Fe. Ngayon, merong mas gwapo sa kanya.
Hindi,
Yung
tsaka
asawa
attorney,
niya.
alam nyo, na kanina nagkwento kami sa labas, yung admiration niya, yung expressing, explicitly yung admiration ni Tita Fe sa husband niya is very impressive for people their age. Their age, parang ang
Pero
layo
yung
na
mga
age natin.
ganyan, sa profession ko,
Hindi, grabe.
yung mga extreme admiration, lalo na mga lalaki na admire na admire yung asawa. Tanungin mo, ilan ang mistresses mo? 3, 4. Parang hindi na.
Hindi po yung good looks, good looks. Yung ano po, yung intelligence, yung capabilities, di ba?
Yeah.
Impressed na impressed ako kay Tita Fe kanina.
Oo nga.
Kasi yung friends ng mami ko, wag sanang marinig ngayon. Kasi wala, naku, ewan ka ba dyan kay ano? Ganun pa natin, yung gano'n. So parang at a certain point, naging
You know,
annoying sila.
si
Ang
Fe and
husband
I.
nila sa kanila.
You're half our age siguro, Doktora, but Fe and I grew up in a generation where our parents had happy marriages.
Yes, that's right.
Di ba, Fe?
Correct.
Pareho pa kaming province Urdaneta, Pangasinan.
Yes.
Yan, bilib na bilib ako kay Tita
Galing.
Fe.
Kasi,
At saka ako, napagkakamalang si Lorna pag nag-out of the country ako. Are you Atty. Kapunan?
Ito at Lorna T.
Lorna K. We also have with us 2 other guests. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm happy to be back here po. It's Tet Palang.
Hey Ted, happy to have you. We had you the last time we were talking about business practices in the United States.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can see you're probably using the product. You have better hair now, huh?
No, today I have a really good day so far. I almost died and that doctor
2 hours
saved my
ago.
life.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
What happened to you?
We didn't want to be late coming here, and she was worried about the rain and traffic, so she goes, hurry, 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 hurry. And I choked on my gum. And literally, she was putting on her earring, and she dropped everything off, ran to me, did the Heimlich. And today, whatever happens today, I'm already happy and grateful for the rest of my life because that doctor saved my life.
Wow. She deserves a big hand. Yes.
She did a Heimlich and the gum. I turned red, and her mom and everybody was worried, and I was hanky.
Were you in the car or were you
No, I was
dressing
over
up?
the sink because I was talking to
Oh.
somebody, and I said, "Well, you know that expression, don't chew and talk unless you're smart enough." Well, I was talking and chewing at the same
And you were
time.
not smart enough.
I wasn't smart enough. So I talked and I choked, and the gum just lodged itself to throat. And I prayed, and she ran to me. At first, she was worried. Hindi tayo pwedeng malate. And so I said, I'm coming.
How does it work pag meron na-choke ka? Talagang yung air socket mo, wala.
It's blocked.
Initially, alam niyo, attorney, ang makikita, what you will see is a patient, an individual who's parang magenta yung face. That means yung air hindi na masyadong nagfo-flow sa upper portion.
It's good that you had the presence of mind to call somebody or
No,
you were
there was
there.
a doctor in the house.
Oh, okay. Okie-dokie. And of course, last but not the least, this is my inaanak. Say hi.
Hello, Ninang Lorna.
And introduce yourself. You are now the president of
Managing director.
I'm the managing director. My dad is still the president
is AQA.
of AQA Group of Companies.
And what is AQA? Tell us about it.
AQA is a full-service advertising agency. We do manpower, events, branding, creatives, and media, name it, actually. And we're very, very thankful that Novo Hair was actually made a mark in the industry with the help of AQA. At the same time, with the help of Dr. Katapang and Ninang Lorna Kapunan with her help of her show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You know, truly, not to impress you guys at Novo Hair, but my listeners have really tried it because they have really tried it and have seen fantastic results. Actually.
Actually po, meron akong friend, no? May friend ko ngayon is medyo parang, alam niya, yung mga social, ganyan. And then she started using Nova Hair. Apparently, according to her, and she's endorsing it, it works. Hindi tinamad ko namin tutsang-tutsang.
Yeah.
Kasi kahit kaibigan mo, tao siya, Dok, di ba, minsan? Wala akong ibang name.
Doc.
Akala nga ibang tao ng mga Koreans lalo na. Akala nila first name ko Doc. Yes, I met Doc.
But Doc, you are a doc, no? You're a doctor?
Apo. Yes, po. Yes, attorney.
But how do you specialize in aesthetics?
Actually, in the Philippines, there is no training program as of yet. So, what I did was I had a private fellowship with Dr. Kwon Hanjin. He's a Korean guy. So, he's a cosmetic dermatologist from Korea.
Wow. Okay, but for our listeners now, let's review because we've guested you. I think this is your third time?
Apa.
Third time. We're so happy to have you as the guest because alam mo Fe, si Dr. Cecil really educates on not only talking about the product but talking about the problem. Because the problem is not really just cosmetic, no?
Yes,
I mean, it's not you have to address the real cause of hair loss.
Yes.
And
otherwise, pagiging temporary lang po yung solution, di ba?
Tama. Because, but still, while there is a holistic way of solving it, many have hair loss while others don't.
Yeah. Sometimes people...
What is the cause? Again, what is the cause of hair loss?
Sometimes people think that hair loss is more common to men than women. But the reality is, pareho. No, both men and women lose hair in the same intensity or frequency or rate, no. It's just that mas evident sa male kasi more often ang type ng hair, the way they lose hair is nasa harap. So they usually start to lose hair on the side and the temples, and then eventually.
Is there a scientific what's his
name?
No, is there a scientific reason why men lose their hair in front and women don't?
Because
so women sa tuktok na Fe.
Yes, and usually ito yung part, yung hati kung tawagin. Lumalapad yung hati natin.
That is true.
So
winner, patingin nga ng buhok mo. Wow, meron pala.
So yung paggamit,
yung mga hindi na those who are not on teleradyo, I'm talking to Winner. He's really the guy in charge of everybody here in this station. He makes us look good and sound good. And I'm seeing now na may buhok pa pala si Winner, no? Pero bibigyan mo pa rin ng hair product.
Yung sa'yo, attorney, share mo.
Ang dami nga nakikishare sa bahay. So, what is the reason?
So, well, with several reasons why individuals lose hair. So, one is genetic. Diba? Yung genes, no? So, may tinatawag na androgenetic alopecia. Diba? So, ang
genetic meaning if your parents
yes,
or the previous generation really had a history of hair loss.
Like my mother, diba, attorney, kilala niyo yung mami ko.
Yeah.
So yung mother ko, nipis ng hair. So pag tinitignan ko, sabi ko, shit. Shocked. Sabi ko, shocked.
You know my two brothers. You know my doctor brother.
Si Joey. Diba? Ay, yung father niyo.
My father lost Justice Lino Patajo. He also lost his
diba?
hair when he was young.
So if you see that someone in your family is starting to lose hair, so you might want to control it long before you start losing hair.
So you're saying that Nuvo hair has preventive capacities.
Yes.
Preventive.
As long
before you lose your hair.
Yeah.
Kasi if you lose your hair, will Nuvo hair make it grow back?
What you want to
just stop it from?
Well, it can stimulate follicle growth or the health of the follicle. It can help maintain the health of the follicle and therefore prevent or minimize hair loss. Parang ganon, something like that. So another cause of hair loss is yung tawag natin, stress. So, ang stress, it's a form of hair loss na medyo temporary naman, tapos parang generalized siya. You are losing or shedding more hair than normal. So, if you lose 50 to 100, more or less, you lose more than that, mga 200 twice, no? And usually, yung mga stress yan, ang tawag natin dyan is telogen effluvium. So, generalized thinning of the hair, Tapos increase shedding. So the only time you will notice is pag napansin mo, numinipis na yung buhok mo, pag hawak mo, o kaya marami ka nakikita sa drain when you look at after taking a bath. So another is cause of hair loss is hormonal. Yung hormonal naman, usually yan sa mga postpartum, yung bagong panganak. Did you experience?
Yes, when after I gave birth.
Mga 3 months, 2 months after.
I noticed I had so much hair on my pillows and my drainage. It's a good thing I said I don't want to lose my pretty hair. So I was using Novo hair for the past 2 months until it actually died down a little bit, because I would rather have preventive measures rather than losing my hair at that young age.
Yeah, but Doctor, is it a myth or a fallacy to say that pregnant women and women who have just given birth lose hair because kalaban ng nutrients ng body ng woman yung baby sa loob? What? Is that correct or is that a fallacy?
That is one, but may mainly hormonal. Kakagulo yung hormones, diba? Pag buntis ka, tapos biglang bababa yung level ng hormone mo.
So it's not that there is a baby that's quarreling for the nutrients in your body. Well, hindi totoo yan.
Partly, but greatly more of hormone. But more mainly hormonal ang reason. And then, like us, kagaya ko, kakakeratin ko lang. So, yung hair ko ngayon nagsipin.
But
so,
I noticed, for those who don't see, the Doctora is a blondie here, no? Can you use Novo hair?
Chemical-based products.
Yeah, no, can you use Novo hair for those who have dyed hair?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Without affecting the color.
Because
yung di ba po minsan you might think that magfe-fade yung color because you use Novo hair with your newly colored hair, but it does not affect the color of the hair.
What makes Novo hair different from all the other products in the market? Kasi mas mahal yan.
Una-una po, it's FDA approved. Kasi, di ba, ibang natural products, benta lang ng benta, hindi mo naman alam kung how safe or how credible their claims are. Number 2 po, it consists, dapat ang number 1 is it contains 19 natural ingredients.
Correct.
That work together synergistically to prevent hair loss and promote hair growth. Kasi for example po, patutubuin mo yung buhok niya, papatubuin mo yung buhok mo. What you want is for the hair to stay there in the scalp as well. So these ingredients will work together to prevent hair loss or shedding, and then to promote then hair growth. So keep the hair on the scalp. Yun. So then another thing is that may clinical studies ang Novo hair. So hindi lang yung basta sinasabi ng Novo hair, ito, but na anecdotal.
Correct.
Meron kaming proof na it works, and may clinical studies talaga done at a very credible hospital, no, big tertiary hospital. And then of course it is endorsed by now celebrities like Atty. Kapunan and experts and Gary Valenciano and Cory Carino and experts like Fanny Serrano. And Atty. Kapunan, kayong di ba? Advocate nito. Is ASEAN Cosmetic Directive compliant, di ba po?
Correct.
Oo, kasi si Atty. Kapunan di ba kayo po yung
founded, I helped incorporate the ASEAN Cosmetic Association. And the Philippines ang nag-form dyan. The president then was also a dear friend, my Mayor Lichtenstein. So the whole association, I'm glad that you mentioned it, no, because as we were talking with Doctora before, this is proudly Philippines, Doctora.
No, I'm not a doctor. I was just saved by a doctor today.
No, but I call it doctor because you talk like a doctor. The last time you guested here, we were talking about the intellectual property.
Yes.
Because this was invented or formulated by a Filipino. Correct? That's right. And then
jointly po.
And then
Filipino by heart yung isa, di ba?
Yeah, correct.
And it proudly competes. I was talking about it last night. It proudly competes in the United States, in California, which is a really, really crowded market.
Yeah. Correct.
Really crowded market.
Tinabianan po siya, di ba, develop in the Philippines.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
though,
and then it was assigned
Filipino
to
by heart yung isa.
You know, that now, since we're mentioning this discoveries of Filipinos, no, sometimes walang government support yan, no, and I always talk about that in the show. No? The need for our own Philippine government to support products like this, which is non-chemical, which uses all the various herbs in nature.
Yes.
Fe,
Yeah.
you are a very stressed lady because of your industry, but you're not losing your hair.
I am not really losing because my husband and I, Apollo, we use Nuvo hair ever since.
Yeah.
From day one as a maintenance.
Alam mo, ang maganda kay Fe and si Apollo is they will never endorse a product that they don't believe it or that they don't use. Maraming mga ganun, di ba? Mga nag-i-endorse, hindi naman nila ginagamit yung produkto.
But I should say this, before I even was involved personally with Nuvo Hair, I already used Nuvo Hair.
Like, Gary Valenciano.
Yeah, long before.
Oo. Di ba, Tita Fe, no?
Actually,
Ginagamit ni Gary
nag-introduce sa akin
before.
yan, ang asawa ko. Si
talaga
Apollo.
po ba?
He's the one who's very vain. Then I just follow. So,
Si Apollo, we keep talking about it. Apollo, if you met him, he's a really very nice person. And he is famous for his, what is this?
John and Marcia.
oh yeah.
And then
Yung
sa
Kevin
release
Ford
ng
White,
train
ano?
and all that, no?
And Body and Soul.
And Body and
Yeah.
Soul.
But
Home along the Riles.
Home along the
when he
Lilies.
came back to the Philippines after our Indonesian stint, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, there's great news, Doktora, no? Special promo pack. Do you have it with you?
Opo.
Available in all Mercury drugstores nationwide.
Opo.
If you buy Novo Hair 3-in-1, you get 1 shampoo free. You save as much as 1,100 pesos per promo pack. Grow your hair again naturally with Novo Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. And this promo duration is up to August 31, 2019.
Malapit na po. 1 month na lang.
Malapit na
Saka lang
lang.
bumili na sila ng Novo
Now,
Hair.
if they buy before the deadline, if they buy before the promo ends, can they keep it? Is there shelf life?
Oh, yes. Meron po namang expiration date yun. At saka ilan pa niyo pa isa pang advantage ng Novo Hair. Even if you've been using it for a long time, yung efficacy niya hindi po nababawasan. Na effective, yung efficacy niya, tsaka yung strength niya does not wane. Na-maintain mo yung effectiveness ng product. Tapos yun nga, yung cosmetic reticule brand, ibig sabihin po nun, Novo Hair is parabenzene free, di ba po? Ibig sabihin, can prevent, it does not have the chemicals that can eventually lead to cancer, ultimately, and it does not further irritate the scalp or cause any
So,
form
talking
of
about scalp,
rashes.
hindi lang yung falling hair, pwede rin yung bald patches, no?
Yun po.
You can use bald patches, or you can use Novo Hair for bald patches.
Actually po, attorney, alopecia,
patsi-patsi na ganyan.
alopecia po tawag natin
Yes,
dun eh.
okay.
So yung Alopecia Association of the Philippines are all very happy with the results that they are getting from Novo Hair use.
Fantastic.
So may I ask a question from a layperson? So you were talking about the shelf life and it sustains the effectiveness. Does that mean na wala siyang tolerance build up? Some products you build a tolerance and then to maintain the
That's why they
effectiveness
keep-
you have to use
correct.
more and more and more increasingly
More
over
potent,
time, di ba?
Or there is also, I don't know if it's again fallacy that they say that for a product to be effective, if you're used to the product, you stop it for a while and then change
babalik siya.
the
So how is
brand and
Novo
then
Hair?
go.
Do
What
you
I do.
No, you do not need to stop it para to
Kasi sabi nila
cause the effect. There's no tolerance build up.
So neither do you have to increase
Over
time
the
just to
frequency of
sustain.
the use kasi yung dose is not
That's
something
great.
that you can play.
How long will it
You can
last?
change.
How long will it bottle last?
Actually, based on my experience, po mga 3 months.
3 months.
How do you apply it lang? Because I apply it differently. Others would use just cotton buds, and others
Do
would
you
use-
let it stay over?
Ako
Is it
po, I
a
would
shampoo
spray
or is it?
directly on my scalp and then massage it.
It's a shampoo.
No, it's
It's pero po shampoo, may conditioner, may
Serum.
hair scalp lotion.
Yeah, that's a lotion.
Tapos nagko-concentrate ako sa bald areas ko.
I'm a kidney transplant patient, so I
ayan,
use
safe
it.
po.
So I
Safe.
Those were one of the things that was
reason
not
why.
allowed when my first few
Yes.
months. But after that, that's why I stopped for a while because I had my kidney transplant.
Yung Novo Hair is safe kasi nga natural po.
It also can
Yeah.
be used by
Despite it
Wow.
being claiming or despite it being all natural, almost natural, effective pa rin po siya.
Correct.
And
Ano, Tita Fe, meron mga shampoo na vegan.
Oh?
Oo. Oo. Kasi kidney transplant eh.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Organic
Hair
na,
has
vegan.
vegan.
Shampoo, conditioner,
Oh, very good.
chemical-free, organic,
Okay.
from France. Pero,
Okay, let's do a time check, 11:32. This time check is brought to you by Nuvo Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. Visit Nuvo Hair's Facebook page for more details. Our second half, your last words, please.
nature's answer to hair loss is always Novo Hair.
And our special guest, my dearest loyal friend, Fe.
more power to DWIZ and of course, LPK.
And our guest who is a doctora but not a doctor.
Miss Palang. Ano nangyari dyan?
Miss Balikbas.
something is dinging. I promise it's not me.
Last words mo.
Life is good. You just got saved.
Life is good. I was saved. So like I said, whatever it is, it's
a
all
good
good.
Yes, because
And-
God is good.
yes.
To my
it's all
favorite
good.
inaanak, please.
Thank you so much for those using Novo Hair and listening to DWIZ for Miss Lorna, Atty. Lorna Kapunan.
Ano yun, attorney, lahat ng anak ni Tita Fe, inaanak mo sa kasal, di ba?
Oh, yes,
Ay, favorite mo
yes.
si Miss
My favorite. I'm the favorite inaanak of my favorite ninang.
So, of
Thank you
course,
po.
I will not tell her that I say that to all my inaanak. Okay, thank you to Nover. Maraming salamat
Thank you
po
po,
for
attorney.
joining us. Our next half, we will be joined. Some of you, please stay. We will be joined by Women's Business Council Chairperson, Chiqui Escarialgo.
Laban para sa karapatan. Kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan. This program is brought to you by Novo Hair. Novo Hair, nature's answer to hair loss.
Worried about hair loss? Use Novu Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. Call 0917-549-0575 or visit novuhair.com. Novu Hair, nature's answer to hair loss.
Worried about hair loss? Not me. With Novo Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. My hair is ready to rock and roll. Call 0917-549-0575 for more info. Novo Hair, nature's answer to hair loss. Patuloy na naglilingkod sa bayan. Mas todong pagbabalita. Mas todong pagseserbisyo publiko. Ito ang DWIZ 882. Mas todong lakas, mas pinakikinggan ng buong bansa.
Ito po si Fanny Serrano. Sa mundong ginagalawan ko, my creativity comes in many forms. Fulfilling, pero nakakapagod din. Buti na lang, may MX3 to help me focus and gain more energy. MX3 has powerful triple antioxidants alpha, beta, and gamma. Clinically proven in helping boost my immune system and energy with my healthy lifestyle. My artistic inclinations become extraordinary. Thanks, MX3.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
DWIZ 882. Maririnig saan man panig ng daigdig. Mag-livestream lamang sa www.dwiz882am.com o i-download ang official DWIZ 882 app sa Apple Store at sa Google Play Store. DWIZ 882. Mapapakinggan worldwide.
Sinusuyod ng buong pwersa ng DWIC News at Public Affairs ang buong kamay nila upang mayatid ang mga latest na kaganapan, mga balitang dapat ninyong malaman. Ito ang DWIC Balita. Mas todong pagbabalita. DWIC Balita.
Dalawang preso ng Quezon City Jail nakatakas. Detalye ng ulat mula kay Patrol 9, J. Mark Dagala.
Yan ang kinumpirma ng Bureau of Jail Management and Penology o BJMP bagamat hindi pa nila pinapangalanan ang dalawang nakatakas na bilanggo. Pero ayon kay Xavier Solda, ang tagapagsalita ng BJMP, isa sa mga nakatakas ay may kasong rape habang ang isa naman ay may kinakaharap na kasong kaugnay sa illegal na droga. Alas 4 kaninang umaga, nang mapansin ng mga jail officer na nawawala ang 2 preso o noong kasagsagan ng Metro Manila earthquake drill. Sa ngayon ay kasalukuyan pa rin nagsasagawa ng pag-manhunt operations ang BJMP at nagpapatuloy din ang investigasyon ng mga otoridad hinggil dito. Una na kasing nabanggit ng jail officers na may tunog silang narinig mula sa drainage ng City Jail na tila nagpupokpok at na siya nga posibleng dinaanan ng mga pumugang bilanggo. Patrol 9, J. Mark Nadal, gulat sa Impila Metodo Lakas, DWIZ.
Para sa karagdagang impormasyon at mas marami pang mga balita, bisitahin ang aming website, dwiz882am.com at sundan ang aming Twitter account at Facebook page, dwiz882. Ako po si Krista De Dios.
Balitang kapaki-pakinabang sa mga mamamayan, inyong nalaman sa DWIZ Balita. Maging updated sa mga balita. Mas todong pagbabalita. DWIZ Balita.
Ang buhay may asawa, walang pangamba dahil protektado ng trust.
Kaya pagdating sa reproductive health, dapat ipagmalaki ang ginagawang tama.
Sama-sama tayo, let's sing it loud. Di ba dapat tayo ay proud? Pangalan ng trust, always do it right.
Abangan ang programang Laban para sa Karapatan kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan. Programang magliliwanag ng mga usaping legal at mga payo tungkol sa inyong karapatan. Tandaan ang programang Laban para sa Karapatan. Sabado, alas 11 hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan. Laban para sa Karapatan. Laban para sa Karapatan kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan.
Balik po tayo, nandito na po tayo sa second half ng ating programa. Sa first half po ay feature natin ang mahal nating sponsor, Novo Hair. But for the second half, we have another very interesting topic, and this is about women in business. Kasi kala natin ang mga chairman, CEO ng mga company sa Pilipinas puro lalaki. Sa bagay, matagal ng puro lalaki. If you're not related to the owner or you did not marry the owner's son, naggaglass ceiling ang mga kawiminen sa business. No? So today we have with us the chairperson of the Women's Business Council. She will tell us about the organization at mayabang ako kasi may founding trustee rin ako ng grupo na to. And we have Chiquis Carialgo, who will talk about Women's Business Council and a very important summit that we are going to have on August 29 to 30. Also joining us is Faye, who is a young business person.
Yes, and also one of the board of directors of the Network of Enterprising Women, also one of the partner organization of PhilWen.
Wow, see?
Amazing.
Cheeky.
Yes, good morning, Lorna.
Tell us about first yourself, no? Because Women's Business Council, what is that? Kasi meron tayong Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines, meron tayong Federation of Employers, meron tayong Management Association of the Philippines. What makes the Women's Business Council or Women Biz different from all these organizations?
You know, after you said that, I just realized napaka-low profile natin sa Women's Business Council Philippines. And precisely because we're a policy-making advocacy. We're not supposed to be there out in the open, making a lot of noise, just really quietly doing things for women in business. So for the past 20 years, Women's Business Council has been the private sector partner of the Department of Trade and Industry and the Philippine Commission on Women on anything that has to do with business, women in business.
Can anybody be a member of the Women's Business Council, or is it by invitation?
It has to be by invitation because we are policy advocates. So we need to have a network of women with in the right industries, with the right networks, because we're the go-to association. For example, if DTI needs advice on women in transportation, women in construction. So we have very select women in our roster of membership.
And we do have plans of expanding in the near future because we understand that we need to put in more industries because it's been growing for the past 20 years. And you were, as you mentioned nga, ikaw yung isang founding partner. Amazing, di ba? Ako 10 years pa lang dito. And we've seen how changes have been happening and kasama na dyan yung, for example, yung ating summit na ino-organize nga. Atty. Lorna, August 30 lang, hindi 29
okay.
30. One day lang tayo.
August 30. Tell us about this summit that the Women's Business Council is
I'm
organizing.
extremely excited kasi for the first time, the Women's Business Council Philippines is organizing something different from the usual women conferences. I think a lot of women conferences put emphasis on, are we empowered enough? Have we broken the glass ceiling? Are we dealing with enough incentives for women in business? And which are legitimate and still real concerns that we have at present.
You don't talk about Chiki, talking about breaking the glass ceiling. We have with us, also joining us for this second half of the program, a woman who has really broken the glass ceiling in her industry. Alam mo, bago pa reintroduce yourself. Kasi you came, you are no longer the nanay of this other guest. No, you are by yourself an icon in the entertainment advertising industry.
Oh well, we came from the same school. I was only in third year college when I entered the media industry. I was invited by Radio Mindanao Network to work with Tina Monzon.
Yes.
After that, I was pirated by KBS. Worked with radio and then television and moved up to management. I worked with ABS as their consultant. Worked with Channel 5, handling their marketing as EVP, and went to Indonesia to set up the first commercial TV station there together with my husband.
It's amazing. But at that time, actually, I call her Fesilica. There is a story to that. Sabi ko, Fesilica, ano bang root ng pangalan mo? Apparently, the father is in mining, no? So it's Fe
and silica
for iron and silica for...
Because my mom's a chemist. My mom's a chemist. So Fe is a chemical symbol for iron. My dad is a geologist, mining engineer. He discovered silica in the south. So that's my name, Fesilica.
Fesilica, and she's as tough as iron. At that time...
Wala akong masabi kasi ang nickname ko, Chiki, kasi malaki yung pisngi ko.
Oh, no way!
That's it.
Talaga?
Yun lang gusto ng tatay ko. Mataba kasi ako nung baby, kaya Chiki. Yeah.
You know, Chiki and I just arrived from Taipei, Taiwan, where we were both speakers in this Human Rights Convention, and of course, talking about human rights, women's rights are human rights, no?
That's right.
And Chiki, you talk about the role of women in ASEAN because ang Pinay, borderless na tayo, di ba? We are, and I'm proud to say na kami yung magaling. Tayo yung magaling doon. Now, we also had with us then the Commissioner of the Commission on Human Rights and spoke about how women really are making a mark. In fact, in terms of the gender gap, where gender gap between male and female is not as pronounced as the other country, we're first in Asia.
We're always in the top 10 of the gender parity report.
That is correct. So,
and consistently. Because it measures several areas where we're always consistently high. In the political access na lang, we have had 2 female presidents, right? Educational attainment, employment. So a lot of women are employed. And then, of course, medyo tumatagalid lang tayo sa maternal health.
But yes, because of the, but that has
3 other factors.
Religious connotations, remember? Because even if we did pass the reproductive health bill, alam mo, Fe, dito sa bayan natin, we have too many laws. Too many laws. We have many good laws, but the reality is, if there are laws and there are no, number one, if there are no implementing regulations ng agency, hindi matutupad yung batas na yan. But sadly, even if there are implementing rules and regulations, pag walang budget, kagaya ng reproductive health, bakit nabubuntis tayo sa countryside? Sapagkat ayaw bumili ng mga, what do you call this? Reproductive health care products kasi nagagalit ang simbahan. Truly not.
Or even, well, I'm taking anthropology right now.
Yes,
Second
very
master's
good.
degree. And one of the things I've noticed when I interview urban poor women is the men themselves don't want their wives to undergo any form of reproductive health protection because they feel na kunyari magpa-ligation ka and everything that kasi they're not legally like married, they're like cohabiting. And any sexual or reproductive process will make them more sexually independent and they might have affairs. So there are a lot of cultural things that are happening there, not just the church, but even,
culture.
But culture. You know, can you imagine if the men themselves don't want their wives to have these protections?
But is this generally a gender thing, or is it because we're Filipinas and have been brought up that way?
I'd like to think there's a lot of educational aspect that's not being talked about here because they only know so much. That's why one of our initiatives in Women Biz, for example, while we also partner with the Philippine Commission on Women, Philippine Commission on Women would, of course, deal with the really serious social issues like trafficking, violence against women. And we always advocate to them that if women are economically empowered, we practically sort of fix that problem because they're now more independent, they can take on
That is correct.
decisions. So, but now, they realize that. But of course, there are deep-rooted issues on trafficking and all these violence.
Faye, you're a new mother. You are a new mother. Is there a generation gap now between your generation and our generation in terms of looking at these problems?
Right now,
What would be your concern, for instance?
for me, I would rather have lesser children compared to before. Because of
What is lesser? 5?
1 or 2 is fine. 1 or 2 is fine. Unlike the previous generation, the regular is like 5 to 7.
How many did your mommy have?
7. She had 7 children.
But aren't you a happy family of 7?
Yes, we are a happy brood of 7.
Now you want to be a happy family of 1.
1 or 2 is fine with us. Because I think right now...
We grandmothers protest.
I totally
I know, right? Right now, I only
You
have
also.
dogs.
Oh my gosh!
I have dogs ako.
Okay, but you have
the
kids.
generation. Yeah, I have kids, but
Because
this
they're
generation really have dogs first
millennials.
before they have kids.
Yes,
It's
that's
again
right.
research.
Yeah.
Okay,
Eternal.
but we want to know because
I think one of the things is now with the generation of my generation, the influx of expenses, number 1. Number 2, the environment and social issues that's happening right now. The fear of my son growing up in this kind of environment, it's just, the fears of a parent. So the first thing I was thinking of, what if my son will end up being like this or like that? Those are the things that I was taking into consideration. But now when you ask those who are younger than me, they don't want to get married. They just want to cohabit. There are younger generations or OJTs. They cohabit. They do not get married.
Yeah. But do they have kids?
Yes.
1. And because it
At
was
least
an accident.
They're cohabiting because nabuntis.
It was an
Ganun pa rin.
accident. It was not a plan.
Actually, Chiki, that's another problem, not teenage pregnancies.
oh yes, it's real. It's real.
Teenage pregnancies
And
is a very real.
again, the hope is that if we give them more activities or education and options in life, I think they
Education.
will be making smarter decisions. Not to say that an accident is an unsmart decision, but it's
There were 2 things that recently happened to me just this week. Number 1, I guested in a TV station. CNN, which is the sister of this station. And we were talking about the president's SONA message on the death penalty for drugs and plunder. And guesting with me was pro-life Buhay Party List Lito Atienza on one side. On an extreme, we had Dante Jimenez for Citizens Against Crime and Corruption. Really totally opposite view. One was using moral arguments. The other one was, of course, using political arguments. And there I was in the middle and saying, I didn't say it on air, but I said, finally, I had to say that, wait a minute, I've been a practicing lawyer for 40 years. Even I cannot assume that it is the guilty that go to jail. Sometimes it's the innocent. either from inadequate counsel, either from faults in the... And there are 5 pillars of justice. Yung death penalty, isang pillar lang yun, court. First, there is the community, the first pillar. And that's where we as policy, what's this? Advocates can contribute to values formation, because the first pillar of the criminal justice system is community values formation. Kagaya nito, itong Faye na to, iba na yung values niya. I mean, to her family is one because of wanting to shield this kid growing up in a totally different
An unpredictable world.
Well, the second is enforcement. Is our enforcement system, yung mga nanghuhuli dyan, di ba? Enforcement. We should clean them up. The third is prosecution. Sino bang pwede magsabi na walang mabibiling piskal dyan? The fourth is courts, and this is where the death penalty comes in. No? And the last, of course, is correction. You cannot untie the dead. Di ba? But
You cannot make a mistake there.
you cannot make a mistake because mistake is final. And I said, Teka, have you ever thought of going back to Philippine society? Have you ever thought about why there are drug lords and drug addicts and why there are plunderers? You go back to poverty.
Everything is an issue of poverty.
Everything is poverty.
Yeah.
How are we? And I think how do we as women make our mark on this? Women's Business Council has so many projects on this.
Yeah. Well, to be able to put things together and to prioritize, what we've done is do research. For example, especially in the extent of how much support do women entrepreneurs need. I actually had the research done on accessing finance and even what is the curriculum for entrepreneurship in senior high that would encourage girls, for example, to choose entrepreneurship as a path. So all these things are just coming into play right now with the change in education and thrust. I feel that as women biz, dapat naggagawa tayo lahat ng research na yan, and we're interfacing with legislature.
In fact, we should probably review the K-12 program, no? Because
well, in the context of how
are we? Because some people are saying yung K-12 program na yan, actually is a program that will prepare us to export labor.
Unfortunately,
To export labor instead of making them
Here.
stay here, develop industries, tinuturuan ng skills. Ano ba yung job skills na kailangan? Doon focus. Like Tesla, no? They focus on skills that are needed abroad, not on skills that are needed here. Fair, you agree?
I agree. I totally agree because
You've been to Indonesia.
I've been in. Yes.
And you're back.
Yeah, I'm back, but our core objective, Apollo and I, is to provide jobs to a lot of people.
Correct.
That is really the reason why we set up that business. We're not making a lot of money, but the idea of being able to provide jobs from people all over, from Luzon to Mindanao, it makes us feel good. It brings me back to college days when Lorna and I would walk the streets and shout imperialismo, imperialismo. And I said to myself, I can't put the problems of the country on my shoulder. I said to myself, the best thing that I can do is that whatever change that I want for my country should start from me. So I said, if I help my own family, I'll educate them well to have the right attitudes. And when I have a company, an organization, a foundation that I would head on, I'll be head, I'll teach them the true values of being a very good citizen and contribute so much to this company. Or, my company also, I encourage my people to professionalize. We want to professionalize the industry that we want to be in. So
Because your company, you have actually many companies. No, one is advertising, but you have a labor supply company.
It's actually a group of companies because we wanted to be a one-stop shop, that everything that the client would want, because the real objective is that we want their products to be in every Filipino household. How can we do that if we only know one thing? We have to provide them all the services so that they just come to us, because we're not just an events company, a brand activation company. We think marketing, and Apollo and I came from television, so we can do things with our eyes closed.
Yeah. I think it's the conversations like this that we have that we need to put together.
That's true.
So apparently I see a lot of organizations doing their small things.
Yeah.
And if we can just put it together and say, okay, how can we make this on a national scale or even in a regional scale? Because a lot of synergies can be made there. So it's not happening
so
right now,
true.
nagiging kanya-kanya pa, right?
Sometimes it happens like this. The synchronicity. Faye here, my inaanak, happens pala to be very much involved in what we're doing. As enterprise building, and Faye also is walking her talk already. And Faye is very humble, but I am so amazed. Not only is she's not only the boss, she's the nanay. This is the only business where she cooks. She's making a list of the menu for her kitchen to cook, to feed her employees. Daily yan, 3 times.
naman, can I work with
Grabe talaga. And hindi lang yung fast food, merong pinakbit, may dinengdeng, may kung
that
ano-ano.
is so real, even the HR world.
And so they stay.
Kasi nga the challenge of what they call the millennial workforce now is how do you make them stay long enough?
Exactly.
So I've actually spoken to a lot of yung female CEOs like also act like HR. And they actually say na parang talagang para akong nanay na kailangan kong i-counsel, i-motivate, I bring them abroad just to expose, and they'll also leave until after 2 years.
My law firm, my lawyers, we make them travel twice a year. Can you imagine the expense of that?
Yeah, just
then after they travel, hindi lang yan Asia, Europe, US. Pagkatapos ng travel, magno-notice. Never mind that they sign a 2 or 3 year contract because they know naman I will not file a court
These are the
case.
challenges now of managing a workforce, right?
The other thing is, and we'll go back to the topic of our summit, which is going to happen on April 30. The big challenge is the digital age, correct?
So I'm gonna approach that in 2 ways. You mentioned nga about having enough work for women or even Filipinos, and you mentioned something about exporting our talent naman in the other side. Now here's the thing about when I came up with the concept of this conference, of the program, we were thinking about what is the future of women at work in the 4th Industrial Revolution. Now that was what we were tinkering on. And we realized, okay, so there were a lot of conferences. You can actually check in the past. You can Google it. And there were a lot of conferences focusing on the future of work in the 4th Industrial. What is the 4th Industrial Revolution? It's about digitalization. Everything will become digital. And women are at risk. The cost, the BPOs,
We will become redundant, ganun ba yan? We will be the first to be replaced.
There will be certain skills.
Well, can a robot give birth?
Well, of course, you never know, but you never know. If you can do in vitro, right? You can actually now come up with a fake womb or something.
In fact,
everything is fake now.
I even saw a robot that actually had emotions. For some reason, this robot was crying. This robot cried. I mean, on air I said, what the
Anyway, so going back now, so we're there. Actually, the Philippines is not yet even done with the 3rd Industrial Revolution. But we're not even in the internet stage yet. And yet,
it's really agricultural, and then
that was the first, and then the industrial, the second.
Industrial, and then manufacturing. Now we're digital.
Korea, everyone else would be speaking about the 4th Industrial Revolution, and we're just talking about what is our future like. So I had the struggle with that because I always like to look at strengths and the positive. And I realized when I was looking into this digital space, there were already a lot of female Filipino women
in that space
who are already leading the digital transformation all over the world or even in our country. And I said, okay, why don't we focus on that? Because I realized that the digital world is a gender equalizing world.
Yes.
It doesn't, kasi dati you have industrial, kailangan ka magbuhat, kailangan mo magsasaka, di ba, chef? Everything, physical. Now, it's
plus
all...
it really works. It really contributes to the work-life balance because you can work from out of
exactly.
there.
Everything
you can be a nana, you can be breastfeeding and doing digital.
Swak, diba? And I was so really excited to put this together and give now a showcase of 2 things, no? Is how do we transform digitally? Because that's that already cuts across everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Yes,
It
I agree.
should make a lot of companies uncomfortable if they're not even thinking about it.
We need a part 2 to this discussion. It's 12:01. Thank you to Novo Hair again. But your last words, please invite them to our
So,
summit.
If you want to know more on how to put your business forward in the digital transformation age, in the digital era, please join us on August 30. That's Friday at the Dusit Hotel, and we have women in the digital age listen to them create, capture, and deliver value through digital transformation. So it's not just about women talking about their journeys, but really help you on how to how to help your companies transform digitally. And by the way, they should happen to be women. Ganun na yun. Ganun na yung track.
And this is not free, right? Where is the venue and how much is the fee?
We're still at early bird rate at 5,000 for until July 31. It goes up to 6,000 after that. But if you have a table or a group of 10, you get 9 plus 1. So that's like 4,500 per head. So it's at Dusit Hotel, and you can visit womenbiz.ph for more information. Or Atty. Lorna, here. You can actually nag her for that. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you too. And talking about reproductive health, we're happy to invite again a new sponsor to our program, Trust. Alamin ang Trust Reproductive Health Choices sa trust.ph. More about Trust in our next show on Saturday. Thank you for being our new sponsor, Trust. Trust in Trust. Ito po si Atty. Lorna, Patajo-Kapunan. Dito po tayo sa Laban para sa Karapatan. Maraming salamat, Chiki, Fe, at Faye.
Thank you so much.
Susunod na po si Ma'am Celia Ortega Bueno at Raul Esperas.
Sumainyo ang programang Laban para sa Karapatan hanggang sa Sabado, alas 11 hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali kasama si Atty. Lorna Kapunan.